Good morning everybody and welcome to the 5th race of the EnduroGP 24 season. We are in Slovakia, Zelnica, and we are going to make some points, interest points for the race. Starting from today, from the super test, we will start at 18:15 from the paddock. So you will start from the paddock on the time check and you will arrive also and finish on the time check, okay? Pay attention that today you will start from the paddock and arrive on the final time check is also on the podium, on the paddock. Then you will have 3 minutes to arrive till the Parc Fermé. As usually, the order will be by the reverse order, youth, junior and GP. So the open class, we're not going to do the super test. You will have 1 hour to do it all. So you will start from the time check, you go to the super test, you make the super test, you will arrive for the service by the paddock B, you make your service, and then you finish on the time check. The time check is on the end, and on the south part of the paddock on the right, you will find the time check from today and also for tomorrow and Sunday, okay? You should follow always the red signalization, right, today. For tomorrow and for Sunday, this race is characterized by 2 loops. You will have the red loop, which have the Enduro test, and then you will have the blue loop, which gonna have the cross test and the extreme. The order will be GP, junior, youth, and then the open class, and you will have a gap between 5 minutes between each class, and you will start 2 by 2 each minute. As I told you, you will have 3 complete laps for the EnduroGP, divided by the 2 loops, and 2 complete laps for the open class, which means that in the end, you will have for the GP 9 special tests, and for the open class, only 6 special tests. The red loop, which includes the Enduro test, will have 21 kilometers, and the blue loop, which includes the cross test and the extreme, will have 34.1, which means that in total, you have 55.1 kilometers, okay? We preview on the first time check to give extra 3 minutes to the open, and on the second time check, extra 2 minutes for the open class. The pre-finish will be before the paddock B. So pay attention, you will find the pre-finish just before the paddock B. Then you will enter on the paddock A, and when you arrive to the paddock A, you will be divided. There are 1 line on the right side and then 1 line on the left side to go to your service. Pay attention that in the end of the paddock, just before you went out, on the way in of the paddock, you should turn right, and you will find the double time check on the right side, okay? Again, the time check is the same from today. So it's in the same place, you can check it already from today for all the weekend. And remember that the final time check for today and for the race is gonna be there. Then you will give you 3 minutes to arrive to the Parc Fermé. So remember, don't go directly to the Parc Fermé, stop on the time check. To finish, pay attention, the paddock is big this time, is well split, but you have 2 lines. Just follow the 2 lines and join on the end of on the entrance of the paddock to go to the right, okay? All the rest of the details will be given by Mauricio. I think we will have a good race. Hopefully the weather will help us, and I hope that you have a very good race. Thank you very much.
So let's talk about the scheme of the race. The first loop is the red loop, so after the start you have to follow the red signs. From the start you go to the Enduro test. To arrive there you will spend around 27 minutes because it's 14.5 kilometers. In this section is all off-road part, and there is only 1 deviation for the open that make the way a bit longer but easy by a gravel road to skip 1 difficult uphill that EnduroGP youth, junior and youth will do it. In the Enduro test, I suppose a time for 11 minutes for the best riders. There is no deviation, so it's like you walk on those days. From the Enduro test to the time check 1 at the paddock is 3 minutes, is only 1.5 kilometers. I suppose around 8 minutes for the service. second loop is the blue one. The blue loop, it going to the cross test as the first special test. You will arrive there around after 2 minutes. The cross test, it will be around 8 minutes. And from the cross test to the extreme test is the long off-road transfer of 25.5 kilometers, and I spent 52 minutes. In this section for the open, there is a shortcut that permit them to win 4 minutes, but there is also another deviation, a bit longer for skip a difficult uphill, and you will lose around 1-2 minutes. But in the end, for the open, we will give something more that you will see on the time schedule this afternoon. You arrive to the extreme test. I ride the extreme in around 3 minutes. And from the extreme test to the time check to the service is 2 minutes. Also in this time check, I suppose that you will have at least 8 minutes for the service. Pay attention on the transfers, because you have a crossing on the enter and exit of the enduro test, and also on the enter and exit of the extreme test, because you arrive from one side and you have to cross with the riders that are coming out from the special test. Also, there is a crossing on the transport, just on the red loop, in the end of the red loop and in the beginning of the blue loop. You will cross, but it's well signalized by tapes and arrows, because the two loops are crossing on that point.
He's on the way to the cross.
Yeah, pay attention on it, but should be there a marshal to sign it. But if you followed correctly the signs, you cannot get any mistake. So enjoy the race and see you during the weekend.